Hey everybody, are you aware that there's a solar tax incentive from the government that can offset the price of a brand new solar system in your commercial building? Hey, I'm Jacob Schmeichel, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about that today. So the first thing we're going to do is explain what exactly is the ITC, or solar tax credit. And so the ITC stands for Investment Tax Credit. And the reason that the government took to calling it that is because it's the government investing in renewable energy in the form of solar, geothermal, and other forms of renewable energy for commercial buildings and government buildings throughout the United States. So throughout this video, I'm going to be referring to the solar tax credit and the ITC interchangeably, so make sure you remember that those are the exact same thing. So the ITC was put into place many years ago, and throughout the years it was designed in order to kind of stair-step off until 2022, where it would drop all the way off and become just a baseline. So from the year 2018, as you can see here, in 2018, the ITC was worth 30% of the price of a qualifying solar or other renewable energy. Today we're mostly going to be talking about lighting. So I'm mostly going to be talking about solar lighting. In that case, there are other options to qualify for the ITC. However, today we're talking about solar. So keep that in mind. If you have other questions about other qualifying items, make sure to get in touch with me using the description of this video. But for now, let's talk about solar. So in 2018, we had 30%, 19, same thing. This year, 2020, it has fallen down to 26%. So 4% of all solar systems have raised by 4% for the consumer. Next year, we're going to drop another 4% down to 22%. And after that, it's 10% forever. This bill was written in to work for the rest of time, essentially. So you can always count on that 10%. However, a 12% difference, or in the case of this year, a 16% difference is quite significant. So it's often advantageous to you to take advantage of these government programs because they're constantly changing. And right now, 26% is quite generous and offsets quite a bit. So that's what the ITC is in a nutshell. Like I said, these government programs are constantly changing, so keeping on top of them is wildly difficult, which is why I'm here to make it very, very simple for you. So, like I said, 26% of any system this year, and so now I'm going to be telling you how you qualify for the ITC and what kind of things that you might need to do in your case to qualify for the ITC. So the first thing, you need to have a solar system. That's obvious. You have to have a solar system in your business. So the best way that I think to map it out is I'm going to put it up here. So we're going to have solar system here. So here's the system. You must own this system. So I'm going to circle system here and then say you. You have to own it. You cannot lease the system. That will not qualify you for the ITC in any way. Power purchase programs are another way that people will finance out renewable energy systems and solar. Power purchase program, that does not work either. You have to own the solar system. You must fully finance it yourself. It has to be yours. That's what the government is investing in. They're investing in you as the business owner who wants to put renewable energy in your building. So that is one of the biggest things. I would be filled with chagrin if you went and bought a solar system on a lease or on one of these PPPs and it did not work out for you. And you didn't qualify for the 26% that you were hoping you would get. So please keep in mind, you must own the system in order to qualify. So that's just a big caveat. I wanted to make sure that it was up there for everybody. So that's all it takes to qualify. It's very simple. It's solar energy in your building. You must have a solar energy system owned by you for your building. That's the big one. If you have questions about types of solar systems or different options that you might have, like I said, check out the description. I'd be happy to work with you on that. But for today, we're just focusing on if you already have one picked out. So whatever solar system you have picked out, this works for that. It's solar energy. The government keeps it broad specifically because they want any and all renewable energy in commercial buildings. So don't get caught up on that. As long as you own it, you will qualify for this program. So to move on, we're going to go, how much is ITC worth? And so the reason, obviously, it's worth 26% the cost of the system. However, this is a very special kind of tax credit because this tax credit rolls over. So the ITC can roll over into previous years. So let's just, for example, let's draw an example of what it might look like for you in your business if you were going to purchase a solar system. So we have you own the system. The system costs $20,000. Real easy number for us to work with. $20,000. So The tax break, you and your quick math have already figured out that the tax credit, is going to be worth $5,200. That's $52,000. Just like that. Just like that, it comes off. You don't need to pay this on these taxes. And even if on your taxes you owe federal taxes, these are your federal taxes. For number's sake, once again, if you owe $5,000 this year, that $200, you still get that on next year's taxes. So next year, when you go to file this $200, 2021, Uncle Sam, he owes you $200 plus $200 for you next year. They come right off your taxes, even if you don't have anything else that you've done next year, no more renewable energy, nothing else. That $200, that's straight back in your pocket in 2021. And this is a very, very low number. More than likely, what's going to happen with all of the different rebates and programs that you're going to get off of this lighting system, that $200 is going to be a lot higher, and you're going to be reaping the benefits of putting in solar in your building this year for years and years to come, because you're taking advantage of the system when it's higher than it would typically be. And so in 2021, in 2022, in 2023, if these are offsetting your taxes, you get to continue to make money on the solar system. And there's a return on investment that comes naturally with updating your lighting. If you watched my previous video about the 179D rebate for LED lighting, you know that there's ROI on that too, and you know that those tax credits will come off as well. And so if you do, let's say, for example, you're going to do a full system swap. You're going to take out your old fluorescent bulbs or your old halogen bulbs. You're going to put in LEDs. You're going to put in solar. You're going to go renewable. You're going to go green, right? This number right here, this $5,000 that you're going to make off of this tax credit, it's going to keep going on to next year, because you may have paid off your taxes already switching over to LED with the 179D that ends at this year. So you've already paid your taxes. $5,000 goes on next year. You've paid next year's taxes too in full. Your business does not need to pay taxes anymore if yours is this low. This is obviously just an example, but your business can make a lot of money not paying taxes. If you're a business owner, you know that paying taxes is far worse than not paying taxes. Take advantage. You can get a free solar system. You can get ROI. You can get all of these things through rebates, through grants, and through the solar tax credit that is good for 26% till the end of this year. Take advantage. Look at the description. Contact us if you want to get in touch and figure out how this works. So it is worth as much as you want it to be worth. The answer to that question, as much as you make it worth. If you do a full system swap, if you take advantage of everything, this can be worth many, many dollars through many, many years. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about it. So now what we're going to do at the end is give you some practical knowledge on what you're going to be doing in order to file for the ITC, because some of these government programs can be really diluted. They can be very complicated. And so you may be asking the question of, how do I even file something like this? What is involved? And I'm going to let you know it's very easy. I'm actually going to walk you through it. So the IRS form is 5695. And so I'm going to create a form 5695 for you. Let me erase this. So we're going to take our example off here so we can create for you a mock 5695 for us to work with. So here we go. IRS tax form 5695. Very easy to find, very accessible. If you've ever used IRS tax forms before, you know they're really not hard to find. It's what comes after that's a little more difficult. So line 1, and if you remember our example, line 1 is, and the wording here is qualified solar electrical property cost. A lot of words to say cost of your system. So I'm just going to dial it down. We don't need to do all that already. I'm just going to put cost. That's line 1. So keep in mind when you're filing, this is your line 1 on 5695. This is exactly how it's going to look, except there's going to be more words. So 5695. This is the cost of your system after rebates. So if you go to your utility or any other government agency that's going to pay you out for solar lighting, you must subtract that. So let's say it costs $30,000, but for our easy number, once again, we're going to use 20. So it's a $30,000 system. You got a $10,000 rebate on your 5695 IRS form. You must put $20,000. That's as easy as that. Line 2, 3, and 4 are going to be for other forms of renewable energy which you may or may not have. if you did put another form of renewable energy in your building this year, please, please, please talk to the person that put it in for you and find out what kind of rebates, what kind of credits are available to you for that thing. If they did not tell you, they made a mistake. Geothermal, there's a few other ones that go in 2, 3, and 4 you must ask about. Renewable energy, remember, it's worth money to you. So inquire about those if you don't know. We're just doing solar today. So $20,000 goes in line 1, then down in line 5, we have to add them all up. Like I said, if you have more, you're going to have more. So this is the addition line, which is common in any IRS form. And for our example today, we have $20,000 in the plus. And then in line 6 is where we're going to do our quick math, which you already did. So this is multiply. So I'm going to put the little multiply symbol, lines 1 through 4, right, by 26%, because that is what the tax credit is worth in this year. In next year, that's going to say 22%. So like I said, take advantage. By 26%, that's our $5,200, the math that you already did. $5,200 goes right there. And that's it. And then there's a little more steps on the bottom, which are just going to be repeating these numbers. Like I said, if you've ever done an IRS tax form, which I'm sure you have, in fact, I know you have, you know sometimes you repeat these things. But this is all it takes. This is it. You have to obviously prove your system. However, if you have a licensed contractor, which you will, they will go through giving you the proof process for that, which you just submit to your tax person, fill out this form, and that's it. If you're a small business that does your taxes yourself, it's this easy. You fill out lines 1, 5, and 6, fill in the blanks on the rest of the form, and that is it. It's very simple. There's no math involved. It goes in right that. And this number right here, it goes right into your deductions and it rolls off onto next year. So when you have solar and LED, watch my last video on the 179D deduction, because you can take that off first and put this bad boy on next year. So you get a brand new system. You get all the benefits of solar. You get the green side of it. You get the money saving side of it. You get the ROI, the peace of mind, the public relations of having solar. People love to see that businesses care about their community, that they care about the environment. So you're getting all of these benefits along with a tax break that can pay over a quarter of the entire cost of the solar system. That's not even to count local rebates or the 179D that goes with energy reductions. There's all kinds of ways to get the cost of the system down. I say it every time. I have seen customers put in brand new solar system, brand new lighting system for absolutely no cost to you because of how bad the government wants to invest in renewable energy. And as you can see, some of those programs that were put in were during different presidential administrations, and so they're falling down. They're coming out, they're coming to fruition. This is the end of it. It's going to be 10%. If you start a project with the ITC by the end of this year, but don't have it installed by 2021, you will still receive the 26% on your taxes because you started the project this year. The 179D in my last video does not necessarily operate that way, but this tax credit, if you start it by the end of 2020, you will still receive that 4% and save those extra dollars. My team works primarily with people that are ready to take the next step in finding out how the solar tax credit will work for them and how the LED and solar industry can make your business more efficient and better to work in. So hey, my name is Jacob Schmeichel. Click through the descriptions to find out how to contact us and set up a time. Thank you so much for watching.